And thanks for doing the podcast with me, bro. I
love you, bro.
It.
Appreciate you.
I love you too, man. Which is taking me right to where we're getting ready to go to. Method Man was on Fat Joe's new show. Fat Joe has a new show on HBO Max, I believe. Talk show. And they got into talking about depression and Method sharing. He's had it for a very long time. Envy, who I know is not a favorite of everyone out there. DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club said that Fat Joe is someone who's good for just, hey man, just calling and checking in on you. How you doing? Everything all right? And just letting you know, hey, I love you. I'm thinking about you. You know, man to man. And I wanted to talk about this here because that's something you and I.
Yes. I tell you all the time that you're great at doing that. You reach out and you check on folks and sometimes to your own default. It is important for us to check on one another, especially as men and as alpha men, because we are a minority nowadays. And, you know, we're used to just trudging along, making it happen. But even we need to get checked on.
Yeah.
Like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. No, bro, are you good? Man, it's been a rough week, you know. And have an outlet for you to speak, or not be afraid of having a counselor, a therapist. You know, it used to be so
taboo.
Yes. And now I think that as a strong man who suffered from it, depression, you know, I had to go to counselors and talk to folks. So I know some of the signs now. I can see the swirl coming on folks.
Okay.
And, you know, tell them, listen, you can't fight. Once you're in the swirl, it's too late. So you got to catch it before you get in the swirl. Because if you're in the swirl already, you're just getting sucked in the hole. You know, so now it's just, you need a lifeline, and an immediate lifeline to get somebody who's able to speak to that. And to, whether it's a really good friend, but I say somebody who's trained in it, because as a friend, I could say, yeah, bro, come on, man, we got this. But I don't know clinically how to talk to the situation. So, you know, don't be afraid to seek counseling.
Yeah, because a bad day can just be a bad day.
Yes.
And then, you know, but if you suffer from depression, a bad day turns into a lot of bad days. And I know for myself, and I suffer from depression too, and I'm going to share. I've never been to see anyone about it. You know, I've been trying to maintain it and feel like I have been. But I've also have become more aware of where my decline starts to happen.
And you're good at throwing the lifeline out, saying, hey, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Where earlier on you wouldn't have said it. But
100%.
It comes from having somebody that you know you can trust that's going to say more than just, man, take an aspirin and get over that. Man up. Like, that doesn't work, because it's not just manning up. And
also because within our community, we're just not big on going and sitting on someone's couch and talking about our problems. Hell, we don't like to sit and tell our problems to each other.
Yes.
What happens in my house is what happens in my house. And never should any of this leave out that front door.
That's where we got trained as little kids, though. So it's built in to hold it all in. And again, as an alpha male, to go, well, you just got to put it on your back, put an H on your chest and handle it.
Yep.
And there's some things that you just can't handle alone.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to have a friend, a wife, somebody that you can communicate with that is not going to look at you and judge you and say, oh, you're weak because you came to me and in need of help. Well, we all need help at some point.
And I'm with you, because I don't feel like within the last few recent years, I can't give you an exact date or how far back, but probably not until as a community we became more okay with talking about it.
Yes.
And understanding that we go, not just the females of our community go through it, but the men go through it too.
I think we go through it more because we're so built like Tonka trucks.
Yes.
And we just go and go and go and go and go. And we don't have, like, women have an outlet. They talk. We don't talk. We might shoot the shit, but women, they have a community of friends that they, this one I can speak to, this one I can cry with, this one I can go shopping with. Men, it's so weird or I don't, that's not the right word, but just so alien for us to be able to tell, bro, I'm not having a good day, man. And it's been a couple days in a row.
Yeah.
And have somebody go, oh, okay, bro, well, let's get together then. Let's talk. What's going on?
Yeah.
Because, man, normally it's like, man, come on, man. We don't talk about that.
Shake that shit off.
Yeah, yes. And now, when again, because I went through it, I understand it, and I'm now like, well, you can't just shake that off.
No.
It doesn't just shake off.
No.
And you're so far gone to the point when you're actually admitting it that shaking it off is the worst thing that you could do.
And the other part of it too, and I think a lot with alphas, you said alpha males a couple times. I'm an alpha, you're an alpha. We both wear that with pride. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's men out there who are going to find this audibly or visually who are consider themselves alphas. I feel like we have a harder time shaking it off because we feel like we're supposed to be able to carry it.
Yes. And
a lot of times, and forgive me, I know I've said a lot of times, so forgive me, but we're groomed that way. Mm-hmm. Like think about being the kid growing up as a kid, and your family sees you as the leader of the little crew of cousins.
Boys don't cry.
You got to carry the weight.
Yeah.
What happens to them is on you.
Yeah. If they get into something, it's going to be you the one to get in trouble, or you the one that's going to have to deal with it. And being one of the older cousins,
yes,
that was always the, look after the rest of them.
Yes. And so you get groomed to carry that, and grooming is we always only use as a word for those people that I can't say that word because I'm going to throw this on YouTube, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But you can groom a child in other ways also.
Yes.
That can affect them down the road. I remember taking some ass whoopings for stuff I didn't do.
Yeah.
But because somebody else did it and it was on my watch.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it. And so you grow up and you carry that weight, and then all of a sudden you feel like I'm supposed to carry that weight. And I'm not supposed to be affected by it because I'm not supposed to cry. And I'm supposed to be able to do. And there's only so much any individual, as alpha as you want to be, can be able to do on any given time.
I shared with you earlier, I was 16 and traumatized at 16.
Yes.
By something that until 48 did not understand it. Mm-hmm. But respect or disrespect got you an immediate check.
Yeah.
And it was way to the left. It wasn't just a check. It was a complete, you're never ever going to do that again to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that I was broken as a little boy.
Yep.
Until I had discussions and we were talking, and somebody said, well, you're dealing with the respect issue, but what caused you to be so hard on that line? Mm-hmm. And I had to realize that it was something that happened when I was 14, 15 years old that broke me. And from that point on, I said, I'm always going to get respect. And sometimes it was skewed the wrong way, more times than not. Mm-hmm. So I say to you that, again, as men, alpha men, because I can't really understand the beta men. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I can't really get with it. Don't understand it.